Today's video is a highly requested video. The other day in my menopause weight loss video, I wore a blue eyeshadow combination, and so many of you actually went crazy for it. You loved it, begged me to do a tutorial on it. So that's what we're going to do today, and I am going to give you other suggestions. I worked with a blue eyeliner, and the one I purchased is okay. A little on the pricey side. It's drugstore, but it's still a little on the pricey side. But I was searching for other blue liners, so I'll try to remember to give you suggestions as we go along. I've already done my foundation, my bronzer, my blush, just to save time, because I really want to take my time on the eyes so that many of you can get it. And remember, this application can be done in any color. You can do it in green, purple, brown, burgundy, black if you want, gray. You can achieve this look with any color you love, because perhaps blue is not the color for you. So, although if you have blue eyes, this would be dynamite. Actually, blue is a very beautiful color for brown eyes as well. So we're going to get started, and hopefully I will be able to achieve it again, because to be honest with you, I was just playing. But I think I remember everything. So we're going to get started with my eyes. Now, I am going to go ahead and use the Mario palette because I've just been reaching for it a lot and I really do like it. But if you happen to have the LA Girl Nudist, it has a lot of the same colors that you can achieve. If you have the NYX, I believe it's Neutral Warm, that palette would also work for what we're doing today. And this one, again, is the LA Girl Nudist. You can use that. But I'm going to give you exactly what I did, because many of you may have this palette. I'm going to go in with the Mario palette. And I am going to use the REPHR #1 brush. This is my most favorite crease brush. I'm going to pick up this color right here. Now we are going to work in just the crease area and slightly on the outer edge. It's just a few little steps before we get down to the nitty-gritty. So I'm going to just pick that up, load the brush up, and now I'm just going to go into my crease. So I look back, and I'm going to place the brush right in the crease area, and I'm just going to start building my crease. But I'm building it mostly on the outer. Notice I haven't gone to the inner eye yet. I'm building the outer part, and then I start to lift up towards the brow, but not to the brow bone. And this color is a lighter color, but gives you just enough definition. So I'm going to go right back in and do it. You can actually even press this to exactly where you want it if sweeping is not a movement that is natural for you without making a big mess. So notice it's starting to build up in just the crease area. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. And just keep building that crease to where I want it. Not too dark. You just want the illusion of having a nice definition to your crease. And then I'm going to turn it sideways, and I'm going to work it up again to just about, see, I'm stopping right there before the brow bone. And I have a lot of space in between my eyes. If you don't, then you're just going to work up a little bit. You'll know how much distance you need to have between your eyebrow and the transition shade. So I'm just sweeping that, and then I'll just go back and forth, or I'll swirl it in little tiny circles, just enough to lift it up, and then I'll take what's left and just kind of feather it into the inner crease, but I'm not putting anything in here, because this is it's a very sultry, very dark look. So you don't want to darken the whole eye area, because then it'll be too much, especially if you're a woman my age, 63. So I am, or older. So I am just really focusing that color all on the outer part, so you can see the difference when you look at my eyes. When I look straight ahead, you can see that I've created a nice illusion of a crease here, and then I have lifted up just slightly on the outer because I need that to lift my eyes up. And wherever you place your shadow or your liner, whatever direction you place it in, that is where you are going to draw other people's eyes to you. So when people look at me, they are seeing an uplift. They're not, if I were to drag that down, they would be looking at this. So I always work up on the outer part of my eye. And we're not really extending this out because we don't want a round eye either, because we're going to do a little flick, which gives it that, it's just a baby cat eye. Because I'm not really into heavy liner, but this look did have heavy liner. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so my eyes are finished with the crease. So now I want to mention this. If you are someone, after you put your primer on, if you don't put a little dusting of powder on the lid, then go in with perhaps the light peach or just a very, very light color, and just do a sweep over your whole eyelid before you start this. Because you do want, especially if you have an oily eyelid, you don't want the pencil sliding all over the place. I'm just overheating here for just a second. And just because you want to make sure that you're blended, so go in with, I'm going in with the number 15 for REPHR, but go in with a brush that's a little fluffier and just lightly hold the brush down on the end, because then you don't press into your eye. You just lightly want to sweep over that and make sure that you have harsh lines, okay? So that is it for that part of the eye. Now you want to take a flat brush, maybe not as wide as the one I'm using. I'm using a 33, but just a nice flat brush, because now you're going to go in with a cream color. And I'm going to go in with this one here, and I'm just going to sweep it onto the brush. And I'm going to start on the inner part of my eye here, and I'm just going to sweep that color where I didn't put any of that other color. I'll have to go back in and do my brows again. Normally I don't do my brows first. So I'm just going in and I'm lifting the brow slightly by highlighting, and I'm just going to tap a little bit more just in this area. And then I'm going to go back in with that number 15 and just lightly sweep. Notice I'm sweeping upwards always, but not into the eyebrows. I'm just sweeping up. Okay? And same thing on the other eye. So this is what your eyes should look like. It should just be a very soft application of color in the crease, just slightly lifted up, and then a little bit of a bone color or a cream color underneath the brows, just to keep the eyes lifted and open. Because once you put the liner on, it becomes it's very dramatic, very sultry, sexy, whatever you want to call it. So you really do want an equal balance, but you want to keep the eyes wide open, okay? All right, so now the eye pencil that I used is from Pixie. And it is the Endless Silky Eye Pen Black Blue. And it's a nice color. I'll show it to you on my hands before we get started. That is what color it is. You just want navy, something navy. So I did go and I looked up all these pencils, and I bought them all. And this one here is from NYX, and it's the Royal Blue. And you'll see what I mean. Now you may like this color and you can use it. It's all up to you. But it's much brighter. So that's the Royal Blue in NYX, and you would just use that color the same way I'm going to use mine. This one here is from LA Girl, and this is the Colbert. Now this is much brighter. It's a very bright one. Oops, I just broke the tip from pressing too hard. But I did get it on there. So there is the Colbert, this one here. You could also use that one. And then this one here is the Ultimate Eye Intense Stay Auto Liner. And this one here is in, what is this color? Let me get my zoom lens. The color is Never Ending Navy. And this one is actually very, very nice. I think I like this color the most. So that's the Never Ending Navy. And the last one that I got, well, this one here is a lip pencil, but I also bought a purple to do this. I also bought a pewter to do this with gray, because, you know, with my halo I can change some of those colors. And then this one here is called Jet Set. And I believe this is also blue. Let me open it. I'll be right back. Okay, so this one is Jet Set, little purplish blue. But any of those would work if you already have them. But I'm going to use the pencil that I did yesterday to create this. However, I do want to mention this. Work in baby steps, because if you have a gel liner, it's going to dry quickly, and we have to smudge this out. So you're also going to need a dense brush that you're able to smudge your liner. So I'm going to use the REPHR number 2 brush. It's really nice, or the REPHR number 28 is also nice. But any brush that you have, this one here is really good. This is from BK Beauty. It's the 209 smudger. So I'm going to keep them all here because you need to work fast if you're working with a gel liner or any kind of liner that's going to dry quickly. You need to work fast. So again, we're going in with the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pencil in black blue. Now I'm going to try to do this, but I don't know. I may have to lean down. But what we're going to do first is we're going to start to line our eye. Start in the center, and you're just going to put a thin line all the way to the inner corner. So we're starting with a thin line, maybe a little bit more than that. So I'm going to close my eye and see. So I'm going to do a thin line. And then I'm going to do the outer part a little bit thicker, but not a lot. And I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going any further. So now I want to go in with the smudging brush. And this is what it's going to look like. Let me turn this light off. This is what it will look like. So now I need to smudge that out, but you want to smudge up. You want to bring it up like it's almost an eyeshadow, but notice I'm not really going crazy with that. Now if you have aging eyes like me, you may have to do a little bit of a tug. Let me just, you can see what I'm doing? Okay, I have to look in the mirror for a second here. So I'm just smudging it up so that so you see what's happening here? I'm smudging it up, creating a shadow around the actual line that is close to the lash line. So this is what it looks like, and it's scary in the beginning. It's really scary. When I first started doing this, I'm going, this looks ridiculous. This looks ridiculous. But then, as it all came together, I thought, oh, this is looking rather nice. And when Lou said to me, you look really pretty, I knew I was on to something with this look. And I know that a lot of you think that Lou just falls all over me all the time. He doesn't. Lou doesn't constantly tell me, oh, this, that, the other. He's not pawing at me all the time. Nothing. We have a very normal relationship. And, you know, he doesn't go gaga over me at all. And I think after, you know, almost 26 years, I don't think, no, and we go gaga. But anyway, when Lou does say something to me like that, I know that it really does look nice, and he likes it. Because he also said to me in the same breath, he saw the video on camera. I was editing. He saw it on my laptop. I'm sorry, I was editing. And he said, you look really, really pretty, Tammy. And I said, oh, thank you. He really said to me, Tammy, the white hair was the right choice. So he likes my white hair too. So now I'm going to go from the corner, and I'm not going to go out with this. I'm going to flick up with this, because that's going to start my wing, my little cat eye. So I'm just going to put a line like that. I'm not going out. That'll change the whole look. And then I'm just going to take this pencil, go along the bottom, and join it with that little wing part. Now you're going to go in with that same smudger, and you're going to smudge that line, soften it, smudge it down. Don't be afraid of smudging. That's what gave this look such a really sultry, beautiful look. You have to be careful if you wear contacts like me. All right, so I have smudged it out. Now I'm noticing I didn't close it. You want to close this upper part as well so it joins. Okay, so this is what my eye is looking like now. And most people would be a little afraid of that. So now I want to go ahead and I want to just bring my wing in. So I'm going to go like so. And I take the brush and I'm just going to extend it and I'm going to soften that line. I'm not real good at wings. It's just never been my thing. I watch some of these people, but it's also much harder when you have an aging eye. Okay, so there is the eye. So I've smudged it out, and you can even keep working on this a little bit and smudge it up a little bit more if you like. You can smudge it up higher on the outer edge than the inner. So I'm smudging it just to meet my wing, okay? That's what it looks like. Scary. It's like, woo, but it's amazing how it comes together. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the mirror and finish the other eye, and I'll be right back to go on to the next step. So this is what the blue liner should look like. It should be smudged out and have a shadow. It should have definition of color towards the lash line, and then smudge it out just following the same line that you put on, and of course just working with your wing. Now don't get all upset about your wing if you can't get it perfect. Just make it shorter, whatever. I mean, mine isn't perfect. This one always comes out a little bit better than this one, but by the time you're done and your mascara's on, it's going to be beautiful. It is going to be gorgeous. So our next step, and now this is where you need to make the decision. You can use a black liner. Black is a little harsh on me. So I bought the LA Girl Dark Brown. It's a really nice brown, and you're going to go in and you're going to fill in the total waterline with that brown or black, whatever you use. Go right into the tear duct area. Sweep it along the lash line so that you're getting in between the lashes, and you can see how that intensifies the look. So now you're going to do the same thing on the upper, but now the upper you want to make sure that you're really brushing in between those lashes. So it's just really rubbing up against and getting in between the lashes and the waterline. And then again, you're going right to the T and you're joining it like a V. So you see how it's taking it to the next step. It really does intensify. Now you can, like I said, you can use black. And I think you'll notice this application has intensified the brown in my eyes, because I basically have a hazel type eye, and they used to be very, very dark when I was young, and then they kind of, sometimes they take on a golden hue, but I think with age I'm just losing the pigment of brown, and it's just like a hazel now. But if you notice, when you line all the way around, the blue and the brown to me really kick that brown out. I mean, you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye, and I'll be right back. Both eyes are now lined, okay? So here's where the magic comes in, my friends. Now, I had to try to find some affordable palettes for this, because the one I used is BISOUS, and it's the Sultry Muse number 5. I'm not even sure if this is made anymore, but this has a beautiful collection of colors, but I thought nobody's going to go and buy this palette just for this color. So this is the color you'll be looking for. It's an icy blue. So that is what you're looking for. So I went and I looked at palettes that you could use. And this one here is the best. And it's from Revlon. And it's Color Stay. And it's the Player. And this one is 910 Enjoyeuse or whatever. I'm not sure. Let me see if the back has some Ageless, it's French, whatever it is. But it's this one here, okay? So if you see this color right here, that can be used in place of the Muse. Now, if you have the Sultry Muse, you're in luck. You just go in and use that one. But looking for a shadow that definitely applies a color to it, but you want it to be a color that can be almost transparent so that the blues, they kick up a notch. The liner is still noticeable. Where this color here, I'll show you, it's a very small one, but you know, for this look, if it's just a holiday look, it's got a little bit more teal to it, but it's the same kind of color. Okay, it has a wash of color that would very much work with this look. So don't get into, it's not the exact color, it's perfect. And then there was this one from Revlon that I thought I would try. And I thought I would try this silver they have here, and I'll put it next to, and that's the difference there. But when you put it on, again, that's the one I'm using, and that's the Revlon. And the Revlon one, it also has a nice navy blue in it, and it has a silver in it. But this one here would be the one you'd be looking for. And this is the, this is a new shade, and it's called, it's number 580, I think, called Gorgeous, Magnifique. All right? And then the other one is from CoverGirl. Now this one's a little bit different because it does carry a little bit more teal to it, but I thought I would try it just to see. But it may be too much color. It's a little bit too much color, so this would be the last of them that I would go for, but you could easily create the color by using the white and the teal, and that would be the color you would come up with. Okay, so those are the palettes that I found that I think would work the best, with the player one being the best option, and then of course the other one being this because of this. It's almost a teal silver. Now all you need is your finger. All you need is your finger and this color. So I'm just loading up my finger and I'm going right in the center of this. I am not carrying this color all the way to the end or all the way to the inner eye. It is just going on the center for right now. And then I want to build up right in the center, not going past the crease. So now I'm going to pick up the REPHR number 28 brush, and this is a dense brush. It's flat, it's small, so you can control. So I'm not rubbing in this. I'm just tapping to pick up as much as I can with a tap. And I'm going to turn it like so, and I'm just going to pack this on in the center. Turn the brush, and we have it in the center. And then I'm going to just use my finger and try to blend it without moving it around too much, but you do move it slightly because you just want it to be uniform. And then I'm going to go in with the 15, and I just want to make sure I sweep to soften the edge of that line. And then if you want a little bit more on the liner part, go ahead and just sweep it, and you build it up to where you like it. And I'm just going to put a little bit more here. I'm just taking small amounts on my finger and building this up until I get exactly what I want. And then I'm just going to sweep it lightly. Now there is a little bit of shimmer to this shadow. That's what makes it so beautiful. And I just love it. And then I'm going to take that BK Beauty brush that I used to smudge, and I'm just going to smudge along that line. Now I'm not adding any more pencil, but I just want to help the liner. Whoops. I'm making a mess here. I just want to help that liner. So all I did was just go along the line of my lash and push to bring out the blue, just to blend it down a little bit, and that is what we're looking at, friends, okay? So I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll come back and I'll do the bottom. So the top is done, The most important step there is that you apply it right where you want it, but then you go in with that dense brush and you just lightly brush right along the lash line because you want to bring that blue from that liner back out a little bit. Okay, you see how that does that? You'll probably see it better in the camera than I can because I can't really see much. I have to look down in my viewfinder here. This just lets me know that I'm in focus all the time, and it also lets me know that Harley's behind me right now. But anyway, this is what you're looking for, okay? So now I added a little bit to the bottom, right to the center, because what it did is it just brought the whole look together, but I do it after I apply my mascara. Okay, so now for mascara, you need a mascara that is going to make your lashes come alive. If you wear false eyelashes, then put them on because this look really does call for bold lashes. And you'll see that just by looking at me now. It's really a pretty look. But once I put the mascara on and my lashes come alive, it brings the whole look together. So I'm going to go in and I'm using my REPHR lash curler. Absolutely love it, best in the world. But I have to go down to my mirror to do it, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back, friends. You have poker straight lashes. Curling them will be very, very important for this look. Okay, so I've just curled the lash to curl this one. And I just hold it for a few seconds. I love the REPHR because it fans the lashes and it just really makes them seem much wider. Now I'm going in with Lights, Camera, Action from Tarte. If you have, I use Revitalash, so my lashes are in pretty good shape right now. If you have very fine lashes and mascara really doesn't build them up enough, use a lash primer. L'Oreal makes a really nice one. It's that pink one. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it below. But L'Oreal makes a really nice lash primer. Bulk up your lashes before you put your mascara on for this look. So I'm just going to go in, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm laying it up against the root of my lashes, giving it a little wiggle, and then brushing out, because you really want to build your lashes up. So I'm going to do the same thing on the inner. I got a big blob of mascara on my contact. Hopefully it won't act up. So I'm going to go ahead and just build my lashes up. And I did put on 2 coats of mascara with this look yesterday. And if you'll notice, my lashes are really fanned now. That REPHR lash or Shiseido's lash curler is very, very good for fanning. And building up on the outer lashes is almost more important than building the rest of the lashes. Now you'll see, I got a little bit underneath here, but I have to wait for it to dry. If I look forward, you see what a difference that mascara makes. Once your lashes are built up, this just turns into a phenomenal looking eye. And it may be too much for some people, but it is the holidays. And you know what? In this stage of the game, it's all about what makes you happy. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll be right back to finish up. So I am back, slung my hair up, and I put on a black top, and this is a black faux leather, and it's just something a little edgier, and then just a bold rhinestone necklace, and my hair swept up. It gives a totally different look to what I was wearing yesterday. So the finishing touches. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the original color that I used. I'm going to tap it in. I don't want it to spread too much because it'll get in the contacts and then it's a problem for me. My lips are peeling, so my lip gloss feels weird. Okay, so let's get back to business. So if you look, you can see it looks really nice this way, but I'm just going to add a little pop of this color underneath. I'm not extending it to the outer part of the eye. I'm just doing that inner center part. And look how pretty that looks. Doesn't it look beautiful? It really pulls it together. So this eye is done and this eye is not. It really does make a difference. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. Put a little bit of that beautiful blue on both sides. and then just take a look and say, that's it. And that is it, my friends. That is how I achieved this look. And remember, you can do this with any color liner. And Harley has decided to join us. So everything will be listed and linked below. I'm going to, I haven't tried them on yet. I'm going to put them on, and if they look really good, because I think they are fabulous looking just on the hanger, and I thought this would be a really nice holiday look for many, and it's very, very affordable. Now this top is very old, so you'd have to just find something similar to it, but rhinestone necklaces are a dime a dozen, and these stretchy elastic bands you can get all over the place on Amazon. I'll link everything. If I can find something that I think, oh, now that is really gorgeous, I'll link it for you below. So I'll be right back with another holiday look for you. I hope you enjoyed this, my friends, because I really enjoyed. Your comments just lifted me up and really made me feel spectacular yesterday reading from all of you. You know, it's really nice to be appreciated, and I'm going to get emotional because I know that so many of you truly appreciate what we do here on YouTube. And I don't know. I love you guys. I truly do. I love you all. I know it sounds like, oh yeah, how can you love somebody you don't know? Well, after you've read from somebody for years, oh, that reminds me. Get your votes in for Lisa Roth. You must get your votes in. She made it into the top 5, my friends, because of all of you. So vote every day. Voting stops soon. And wouldn't it be fabulous to see her in the top 3? Or the winner, all right? Okay, so anyway, I'm going to do my little holiday outfit for you, and I probably won't come back. It's probably the last thing you see. So I'm going to say before I get up and do my holiday show for you, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Right next to it is the bell that notifies you of all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world and be lovable, and remember, ladies, it is okay to love your age. I love you all. BISOUS. Harley.